Hey there, I had a request for a tour of my 100 Baby Challenge house, so we're going to do that today and talk about what makes a good challenge house, or not. If you don't know, I'm in the thick of the 100 Baby Challenge in The Sims 4. I'm currently waiting for my second matriarch to become a young adult. We have only 14 children so far, but I have high hopes for the next generation. I post the story of this challenge daily on my Instagram account, so if you're interested, you can find it there. The link is in the header on my channel page as well as on the About page. Also, you could just search on Roving Pixel's Instagram and it should come up. Because so much of the story of the house is captured on Instagram, we're going to start there looking at still shots. Later, we'll head into game and look at the house through my shaky camera stylings, so you're in for a treat. I started my 100 Baby Challenge in October. I bulldozed a lot in Brindleton Bay near the edge of town. It had no lot traits, so by the rules of the challenge, I could choose my own. I chose Ley Line, which increases the chance of twins, Romantic Aura, obviously, and Child's Play, so my toddlers and kids will learn faster. So this is how it started, and this is how it's going, and this is how we get there. I pulled out all the items I thought we'd need in build mode and fitted them in the smallest area I could, just a little square. We did start out play in tiny house mode. For some reason, I chose a blue and green color scheme. I don't know why. Probably one of the items, maybe the TV bookshelf combo. There are a lot of good items in this color family, and I've carried through with it for the most part, though some of the kids rebelled. When the babies came, they just stayed in the main room in their bassinets. We didn't need more room until we had toddlers. When the family expanded, the house needed to as well. This is when I bumped out the bathroom by one square to make room for a potty, and we got the tower, which has stayed with us. It was a solution to the roof not fitting on the bump out, but it became a signature of the house. More importantly, we added a toddler bedroom off the kitchen. Room for two, just. And then came two more toddlers, so we enlarged the toddler room a little more, adding two more beds. When the older tots became children, we had to enlarge the room a little more to fit their beds. We couldn't afford to build them their own space. That's where the challenge comes in. We're not jumping into Mario Karts trying to figure out how to take the curve, but we are trying to figure out how to afford a back door. That was a big day for the household. So much hasn't changed. This bathroom is roughly the same. Here's an interesting view. You can see it's just a big square room. Oh, that's one of my favorite pictures of Dev. Second trimester, swinging and glowing. Here we go. This is where we're getting serious. I'm not sure what happened here. Look at that roof line. I guess there are two rooms now, and that's how I chose to cover it. Roofing is not my strong suit. Yeah, that's such a weird point of connection. And she pays for it with her masterpieces. I loved this painting. I wish I would have kept it. Look at that. That was the pic I wanted for the gallery show, but we couldn't get it because she sold it and it went poof. But she needed the money to feed her babies. That's a good shot of that room. Everyone sits on this poof, even when there's something else available. We still have that. There's that narrow hallway with the easel stuck in the back. She painted there for a while. This was a revelation. Initially, these were behind the kitchen, but it was so good to add these single stall facilities. Nobody walks in on you and gets embarrassed or makes you embarrassed in one of these. That's a good shot. We added the craft table. Somebody had the creative aspiration in childhood. It's just a good thing to have. As soon as you have more tots, you need more beds for them because they can't sleep anywhere else. What did we do here? Oh, we split it by gender. Cassie and Marie in one room and the boys in the other. And someday, Cassie and Marie will be roommates again. And she painted this house up. This was funny. I did a bunch of reno and then ended up with no money, so I had to put everything back. I think I might have added the second story at this point. I did switch the rooms around with the intention that the front room would be the toddler room eventually, so they had a straight shot to the table where they could pick up food, if you don't just put a plate on their floor. We added gardening for that sweet crop money. This is a good shot. I didn't notice for the longest time that we were right on the edge of town and across the road from a farm. That's lovely. That's a good view. Good view of that hallway. I was so excited to get that. We may be out of tiny living at this point. With extra money from painting, we were finally able to put the second floor on and keep it. There's our signature tower. And the roofline looks much better. We added the front door bump out at some point. It's more interesting visually than that flat front was. And the back. You can see the tower. I love that feature. One thing about 100 Baby, you can't go overboard on clutter because you can't afford it. I guess there weren't pics of the upstairs. This shows the toddler room, which is now Chelsea's room, the upcoming matriarch. Much of it is still the same. Here's a picture of upstairs. It's Cassie's spot. I love that. I think if you were a kid, you'd enjoy it, like an older kid. That's a good pick. Eventually we got a bigger table and we still have it. That's a good pick. I guess this is the kids' room, the back room. This post shows the only evidence of the back study. It was there so briefly. It held the computer and another bathroom stall, small room with a toilet, and then the back door. It was not pretty, it was not terribly functional, and it did not stay. Is this Luke? Yeah, everybody loves Luke. I liked having the babies nearby. It was occasionally a pain if someone blocked the crib, but otherwise it worked. They got used to the noise of the house and they got some stimulation. The kitchen is still against the back wall here. Aha, that was big. We added a playroom and another real bathroom. Oh yeah, this. So initially, the back of the house was in line with this bathroom wall, and then the back study was a bump out where this painting nook is. Then we expanded the whole thing and moved the shower and the toilet into the hall. Oh, look at that toilet. That happened when I moved around the toilet from the back study. I think it was like that for a couple days and nobody noticed. So yeah, expanding this room gave everything more room. I liked this kitchen configuration. I had seen it on somebody's Facebook page or something, and I wanted to try it, but it didn't last. And this is, well, it's not the final. Her bedroom is still here. That toilet is still there. That's fun. It was lovely to anchor the dining table to the window. I love the kitchen like this, even if it's a little tight. And there's the toilet. So except for moving Dev upstairs, we're getting close to the current layout. There's the Void Critter game. Good picture of Luke, but you can see we had too much open space in this layout. Good pick of the house. It's Winterfest. So we've moved Dev's bed upstairs and we have this little TV nook. It's pretty spare, just the items we had before tucked into this corner. I think having room for a tree motivated me to move Dev's bedroom upstairs. Yeah, we're not seeing much of her room. You can see the stairwell. There's poor lost Remy. Things have not gone well for him. Another view of the house. It's spring. I think this is its form. You can kind of see the greenhouse. Brandon was such a flirt. That look. She always displayed the kids' artwork. That's good. The nook more complete. What's been really fun, is using stuff I built previously in this story. This was a tiny house. Luke's house was built as a rental lot. The amusement park where Truman and Trey had a birthday party. Oh no. Yeah, Remy couldn't age up because Kestrel took his cake. Poor Remy. No wonder he's a mess. He just got the short end. We lost his bassinet and then he aged up weird. Here's a little view of Toddler Warehouse. These are fun beds from Eco Lifestyle, I think. Here's a good view of the living room. There she is. We have to see this. Yeah, right, lady. She has such an interesting personality. Here's the party. This is a good view of the house. Aww. It makes me sad. That's that expression from his dad. Sultry. Okay, just a sec. When I looked at Dev's acquaintances and saw that Richard had aged up too, I seriously whooped out loud. This is something that hasn't been noted. There was a little room, so I stuck a chair in the hallway and it was quite popular. The Todds eat on it and Sims will sit down and read here. It's sort of under the stairs. It's nearby but still secluded. I just love this little touch. The gallery was a big story arc. It was so nice to have them all together. It was super indulgent, but it was fun looking through all of her history and the paintings. And the sadness begins. Here's a good view of the greenhouse. Seriously, all the dads died at once. It was crazy. So sad. It takes a while for a kid to age up. That's a good pick of the greenhouse. Actually, this whole post is house related. The new computer area, the window boxes, beautiful shot. That's a good one. The house in fall. It's Harvest Fest. The bell. Oh, really? Chelsea is a master of the side-eye. Greenhouse, and you can see Dev's grave in the background. This was a change. Why would they keep the toy chest and puppet theater in a house full of teens? We did leave the dollhouse because everyone loves the dollhouse. Chelsea needs a new room. I'm thinking about going to peach instead of the bright orange. And that's it for the feed. So we're actually going to look at two versions of the house. The baby challenge exists in two saved games. One is for the challenge itself. In a second one, I've moved in the kids who aged out of the house. I call it my 100 baby refugee file. I intended to play with them to let them finally live a life beyond just skill building and getting out of the house to make room for more little monsters. I haven't done that so much, but it's in this game where you get a glimpse of what the older kids are doing. Mason going to college, Cam rock climbing in Mount Komorebi, Truman and Trey getting a pet. The gallery and the funeral arcs took place in this saved game. After Dev aged up to an elder, I saved their actual house to my library and placed it in the refugee game. We'll tour that house initially, and then jump over to the challenge house to see any differences. Isn't Brindleton Bay beautiful? Let's go inside. So we enter into a sort of great room. We've always had this open front room, it's just bigger now. This is the room before the changes that Kestrel and Keaton made. We had a single computer, the chess table. That corner cabinet was one of the first, and for a while, the only piece of non-functional clutter we had in here. We've had a lot of this furniture since the beginning. The console, the love seat, the entertainment center, that stool poof thing. I like this nook system we have. The living room and the kitchen are both open but tucked away. The kids' craft table is here. Deverine always believed in side-by-side creativity with the kids, so her portrait is still over here at this point. If you get dizzy, you might want to take some Dramamine. The kitchen cabinets in this house were at first one of the base game sets, but we've had this for a long time. Jungle Adventure below, and I think Parenthood above. Oh no, that fridge is broken again. The wallpaper is the same as the original, but it's a different colorway. Cam sent Dev that picture from Komorebi. We've had this table almost forever. Originally, Dev had a small square table, but this one she had as soon as, she had Cam and Cassie and Truman and Trey as kids. She needed that room. So here's the two little stalls for the toilet and the shower. You'll notice no clutter, no toilet paper. They don't really use it. But they're pleasant rooms, I think. They follow the color scheme. I'm partial to the Snowy Escape showers. I don't know why, as opposed to the Discovery University. This is Chelsea's room. It was the toddler warehouse. She was the last Todd, so she inherited it as her own. We need to update it for her. She's got a lot of artwork from Deverine. And she still has Blarfy. There's the little chair. I love it. It's cozy. What a cozy spot under the stairs. You can still hear the sound from other rooms of the house, but you're on your own. And here's the playroom. It's colorful and fun. There are a lot of rugs on the floor so the kids can play on the floor, but there's a little bit of wood floor too so that you can run your toy cars. The Void Critter game was not the best for a challenge house. None of the kids got into it. They didn't have time for it. Everybody loves the dollhouse. Rhiannon played with the puppet theater for a bit. A lot of pillow stacks for sitting. Here's the spare bathroom. I like the colors and it's nice to have, but you get a lot of walk-ins. This is the boys' bedroom. This was the original kids' bedroom. So this is the original wallpaper. It followed the color scheme, but it was fun with the speckles. Some of the kids' artwork. Shall we go upstairs? falling up the steps. Oh, well, this doesn't work. No, it's fine. It's good. We can see the layout. Yeah, this is a good view. Okay, now we're upstairs. This is the girls' room. Those are eco lifestyle beds, I believe. I don't know who left the violin. So this is where Cassie rebelled against all the blue in the house, as you can see. They have a nice attached bathroom. Everybody in the house wants to use that tub. I don't know why. I love the subway tile. The blue is in here. I think that light is from City Living, but it's greatly reduced. Oh. Once we could afford to keep some of Dev's art, these were some of the first. Kestrel and Briar loved animals, so we kept these with the animals on them. There's a great view out the window. Oof, be careful, we're falling down the stairs. Back into the great room. And here's the original bathroom. I think this is a new tub, although we've had that style for a long time. Excuse us, Keaton. We'll go upstairs. Oh, yeah, that's the original stool or poof. We're tripping up the stairs. Ta-dum! It's Dev's lair. These are her paintings, but the one in the middle is by Luke. He made it and she kept it. That's from the farm across the way. There's her rocking chair. She knitted for a while, but then she wouldn't anymore. She waved her hands around like she couldn't reach it. I don't know what happened. It was really frustrating. That's a flirty piece of artwork. I removed it in the other house. It was kind of creepy because the kids would come up here to reminisce about their mother and then they'd get flirty. No. There's some rare clutter, the rabbit. I thought it was an appropriate symbol for her. And that postcard was one of the first things that Akira Kibo gave her. She always kept it. I love this bathroom. It's really nice. She deserves it. It's got a little decor. That sink is from Jungle Adventure. I think it's so nice. I love a medicine chest. Let's go out back. Oh, it's weird because I expect to see Dev's grave in the back. It's not in this version. We have play equipment for the kids. The slide for the toddlers, and then this is the greenhouse. I don't think this is original. I think it was even smaller, but like by a row or something. It's all glass, the glass roof, the windows. We have that plaque from Jungle Adventure because it is about the sun. A view of the back. I think it has a really pretty elevation. I love the tower. And I love the like the timber in the gables. I think it gives it a really distinctive look. So we've switched to the challenge house. We're days away from Winterfest, so the snow. And again, Brindleton Bay is so beautiful. I love it when Chelsea gets out to jog. Let's go down. You can see the changes that Keaton and Kestrel made. The window boxes, the corbels, the new porch light, the planter on the porch. We put the gnomes out here after Harvest Fest. This is our orchard. We have apple trees and cherry trees. They're really nice in season. The cherries, I think, make us a lot of money. Our tree is back in the backyard. It wasn't there. It wasn't showing up anyway in the other house. So let's go out back and see the greenhouse first. It's become a behemoth. So when I added the bump out on the side, I moved the door to the front or the side. We can go inside. The plants don't look great at this time of year, but they produce daily. We're getting about 1,000 simoleons every day. Once a sim gets their gardening skill up higher, it's not much trouble to take care of something this size. Summer will be more work, but then we should also make more money. We lost a row of plants here. I don't know why, they just disappeared. And we've replanted them with strawberries, which makes a lot of money. We keep unique plants and plants that we have evolved in the greenhouse. Let's go in the back door. Hey, Keaton. I think he's in need. The kitchen is the same. The refrigerator is not malfunctioning. Chelsea has just finished some research, no doubt. This is the current computer setup. You can see Dev's portrait in its new spot. The playroom was updated for the teens to hang out. There's a chair. The toy chest is still back there, as is the attic stack box, so it's accessible. Bowie used to keep his guitar in this corner before he moved out. And Briar liked painting, so we took Dev's easel out of storage. So here's something you won't see in-game. They're not really using this room, but Chelsea had to own workout equipment for her aspiration, so we've got this. And you can see Dev's flirty painting is gone. If we stay in this house, this might become the teen room. I think Chelsea will stay in her room close by so she can care for the kids. Chelsea says, "Good night. Thanks for stopping by." So, what makes a good baby challenge house? Start small with just what you need at the time. You can always add rooms and furniture as you go. Once you start to have disposable income, and you will, you can do some clutter if that's your jam. If your house is quite small and you have tiny living, start with a tiny house. The benefits are great, even in the third tier. Keep most of life on one level. Big kids can live upstairs, but you'll be happier if your matriarch and smaller children don't have to go up and down stairs a bunch. Think about how you're going to pay for it. Painting is my favorite. It doesn't take up a lot of room, and once you get your skill level up, you can make thousands a day. Gardening is a pretty good moneymaker, but the work is intensive and it takes up a lot of space. Writing is said to be good. I had a writer in my legacy family, and his income seemed more supplementary, but I'm willing to give it a try again. You could try a stay-at-home job. Think about the skill-building items you could use in the house and buy those as you need. I feel like I've been stingy about that, and I hope to fix that in the future. You can always decorate with your kids' artwork. It's cheap and it's great lived-in clutter. So what do you think are good ideas for a 100 baby challenge house? Let me know in the comments. I'll do the obligatory. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe for occasional Sims videos and hit the bell to get notifications. Check out my Instagram for more regular updates. Aren't you invested in the story if you got this far? Don't you want to see if we get to 100 kids? Trust me, Chelsea is going to be a fantastic and fascinating matriarch, and she's going to have beautiful babies. You don't want to miss it.